is, I won't do that again. It's okay. It has to be tried before it is denied. And there it is. We're not, that idea didn't stick to the board, as they say, Floofies. Forget it all. We're on Inferno now, and we can get past that whole spiel.
Yes, good old faithful old Inferno. The classic decider being played is the second map of this series.
Yeah, that's honestly, I don't like that you're saying that. You're kind of leaning. Welcome back, Vanessa. Welcome back, Vanessa. All right. She's here for the second map. Maybe she's the Inferno specialist. She's gaming, and she's entering out of halls. Emmy with the double on the site. Welcome back, our anchor.
2 versus 3, and FlyQuest Red have a pretty nasty crossfire set up here as CaseStorm start to make their way up lane. Just getting set up by Truck, trying to pick apart the pieces they approach, but they're getting picked apart themselves. Vanessa's come back. She's come back with a vengeance, and FlyQuest Red take their 3rd pistol round tonight.
Gotta win those. Kickstart that T-side engine. Always going to be easy when you can chain along the start of the game into exactly how you prefer. It's really, really a suppressing factor, and currently shooting 100% on that ground is damning. I think I referred to that Marsborn wildcard series a couple minutes ago from Challenger League. Marsborn, to cause that upset, won 100% of their pistol rounds shooting back against wildcards. Every day that becomes less and less of an upset, as I don't think they got the roll straight with that team. Less about that, more about FlyQuest running it up, and BB, the turret she is, showing off.
Yeah, I was going to be a little bit worried about that Swag 7 up mid, and then it was just...
Yeah, me too.
It was steamrolled. We've got a UMP here for Merkin.
That doesn't happen, actually. Yeah.
It's
Swag
a full
7
investment.
That's a couple of kills.
Oh, man. I was so scared. But, yeah, this UMP looks scary as well. Unfortunately, Vanessa prepared in halls with the MAC-10. It's just a full-on steamroll here for FlyQuest Red.
Pleased to see Vanessa back. I'll say it again. Obviously, lurking into apartments. That's her position to play on the T side. The closer in the clutch. You do have every ingredient of FlyQuest here, and Shake back on the mic. Oh, we miss him already. Oh, we miss him already. Shake Zula. Come back, please. Maybe for the interview. Free, please.
I hope he's not still upset.
Right
there was a FlyQuest Red versus, I think, Shimmer game where I was like, oh yeah, Shake's been around for forever.
Yes.
Shake's been around forever. He must be a 30-year-old gamer. And I look back at the stream, and he clipped me saying that, and I'm like, oh dear.
I remember that. I remember seeing that.
Oops.
In the work group chat.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
No, Shake is a young 27.
He is. He is. He's a spry 27.
Have to
Still
say
gaming, as we saw there on Nuke. Picking up a little bit too much sauce. Here is the in-game leader, CaseStorm. What a timing for Emmy to walk right out. CaseStorm still, I think, might give her the opportunity for a couple of ecos, and melted and pelted by the Galil.
Roasted and toasted.
Saving for you.
F-bomb. Well, they were just going to save pistols anyway. I think the bigger thing, honestly, for CaseStorm with a couple of kills they got on that round is that's going to be an extra $100 a player, which doesn't sound like a lot, but again, you start to multiply those extra $50, and it gets real scary on the CT side. Like, I think a lot of people looked at that at the beginning of the season, were like, $50 a kill? Oh boy, I can buy a whole decoy for a kill. But then it's like, but if we win the round, buy a flash per player. That's huge. Speaking of huge, PLX gonna start this one off strong. A shot through the wall, drops beam. Goose Breeder coming in, but there's too much to defend this B bomb site. It's looking quite well defended as now Emmy and Vanessa, 2 versus 5. Try to make the hit on the A-bomb site, but there's 3 players here, and again, gone from the out from the fire and into the Inferno. Wait, that's the whole map.
Yep. But deeper into those flames, essentially. Up lane, Emmy and Vanessa. They're too far to turn back. Vanessa, an entry fragger. I won't say that very often. 1v5 for Emmy. 3 rounds for FlyQuest in a row. Now cut off. CaseStorm checking in to the second map.
Okay, before she's bought, look at Emmy's money. She's got a good $7,600. The rest of the squad doesn't have quite as much money, but again, having enough to rebuy in after a loss where you didn't get a singular kill is always going to be a nice, comfortable spot to sit. And so FlyQuest Red going to be very happy coming into this round number 5 with a full buy, hoping to not make the same mistakes of losing that early player to the AWP. You gotta take a look at just how drilled this T side is. You get the early presence over toward Banana. Speaking of early presence, Marie, first one in. Headshots on Mouter. Oh, flash out.
Oh,
does
goodness.
allow for Merkin to trade, but Emmy covering. Gonna keep things safe for FlyQuest Red. And now there's only one player toward this B bomb site with Ellis on the rotation.
Yeah, Vanessa's getting a little bit deeper in apartments right now. See if she can come up with something. DLX deep into dark. FlyQuest on a dime. Flip it back to A.
Well, I see, and I love that about Inferno, is now you've flipped Goosebreeder into your lurk. She's died to PLX. That's okay. You're not on B site anymore. Now it's really going to be up to A2 holding the A bomb site. He's holding from within the site. The rotation is being called back over. But now think about how disorganized CaseStorm have to be. A good trade out of Ellis to keep CaseStorm in this one. It's a 2 versus 2, but that bomb should be planted. And this smoke on Moto keeping them out. They're going to walk right through it. It's a dangerous maneuver. Emmy holding this is going to stop them. Flattens Ellis. Oh, this nade on a PLX. Down to 14 HP. There's nothing more for him to do with 30 seconds. Just got to slink away.
Me and Vanessa survived to get the revenge on the A site this time. We were praising Goosebreeder and her calling at the end of that nuke there, saying that it was pretty good. I think those were, I'm paraphrasing here, similar to your words, Floofys. 4 in a row here already. 4 in totality. 4 out of the last 5, if you will. Streak broken already. And now we're back.
Good. I mean, yeah, I think that can be a good way to sum up the calling. There was a good mix of fast hits and slow hits, and inside hits and outside hits, with really only the ramp one being the one that I think you could call into question for Nuke, for FlyQuest Red's T side. So, you know. And now we're getting to see the depth of that calling here on Inferno. PLX armed with that AWP once again, the only one that's going to be bringing in any money after this round, $5,000 after purchasing that op, or carrying it over from the previous round, I should say. Early on here, it is going to be avoided as FlyQuest Red seek to gain information over toward B. Good flash on it, and you can see the arms fly up on the X-rays, but with no one to peek, all it is just posturing. Posturing toward Banana with not a lot of decisive action. That classic of Inferno of, all right, B is not the play. Leave one for the lurk. Everyone else go A. They have managed to pull over another player from CaseStorm, so 3 players left on this B-bomb site as we do the dance of the sites. That's making a lot of noise in the halls. Molly into Boiler to keep her stopped up. Again, this noise is doing something. It's forcing water to rotate back and forth and keeping CaseStorm guessing enough that Maybe FlyQuest Red can make their way on in, but Marie, first one in and first one dead. Goosebringer with the trade, but that op playing from dark is flummoxing FlyQuest. Not a lot of time left on the bomb, so PLX able to remove 3 players. They do get the bomb down, but 2 versus 3, this is going to be a difficult hold. Emmy hasn't had a whole lot of time to get to a good afterplant. So CaseStorm are going to have her pretty locked into the site.
Can't believe PLX gets straightened out by Molotov. That's what makes this thing possible, but the numbers, they're gone for FlyQuest. The attempted push towards CT to gain a little bit more ground. It gets, well, nipped in the back. CaseStorm, they get their second round here with 2 surviving.
I think the thing that we need to bring up again is FlyQuest Red have gotten all of the pistols, all of the conversions, and all of the third rounds so far this series. So as we have a possible CaseStorm comeback on our hands, that is something that I think we need to continue to drive home. So now it's going to be up to the pistols, upgraded pistols for FlyQuest Red for round number 7. Seen these do some magic before, but not going to be an easy one against the rifles of CaseStorm. Well, this is fun. There's no one holding the smoke on mid, so free push, but PLX and Library going to make quick work of 2 from FlyQuest Red. What I'm seeing.
PLX really warmed up on that B play.
Yeah.
Hit a good couple of shots, and CaseStorm don't lose a body. K2 gets close, but he is still alive. Against the Eco, FlyQuest could have definitely invested a lot more, but they chose not to. They wanted to just get right back on track in the next gun round.
I like that. I think that, you know, with this game as close as it is, going for those low percentage but flashy rounds, where that could have been a force and it could have been a possibility, and instead just saying, you know what, you don't need this round. You're still a round ahead without it. You can afford to wait for the buy. I do like that discipline out of FlyQuest Red, and it's rewarded. The AK coming out strong here. Moderate going to be the first one down. Goosebringer making her way up. Ooh, did she spot the player's sandbags? The amount of spam does a little bit of damage here as well. So keeping CaseStorm weak as FlyQuest Red just plink away. Vanessa very afraid of the lurk there, which is understandable. Yeah,
she's audibly checked into A as well. Going to definitely take a little bit of stress off of these players. Opportunity here for FlyQuest to get a couple of kills. I'm kind of surprised that CaseStorm give them this opportunity, but when it's PLX, I mean, coming in here with this op, it just seems to be automatic. 10 frags already through 8 rounds.
Yeah, that op has been on fire this game. I mean, PLX was doing some magic over on Nuke, but he's just looking better and better the longer this game goes. The night is very young, and I mean, maybe there's a Balmer's peak for opping where... Oh, never mind. Goosebringer not ready for the peek in from Arches. Ellis going to even things out at 3. Way over to the A-bomb site. We'll join K2 on the site, but the M4 able to get one right back. Flex on the rotate. That bomb
through.
Yeah, has to.
I'll wait for a moment. Swaps to the M4. That smoke down is a little bit more space, and Vanessa just off of the cover for a second may regret it, but BB continues to thread the needle and take them out. FlyQuest get a 5th and manage to recover that op at the end, which will save them a couple of dollars. That's for sure.
Always interesting to see when people are opping on the T side of Inferno. I mean, Emmy, obviously a fantastic opper and already in a great spot so far this game. So, I mean, when you're this far ahead, you may as well keep it as long as it's given to you. But it's one of those like, could keeping the A, could have keeping kept the AK, but the
Yeah,
AWP.
I'm definitely a proponent for not having it be a requirement for this T side. If you can figure it out without it, maybe you can see how sweet it is when you have it. I think that's where FlyQuest kind of are. Seem to have the best of the first half maybe left in front of them now that you do have Emmy on that op. But, I mean, they've been taking every step pretty positively. But Emmy being rather up late in the round in a lot of those clutches, her and Vanessa, having that op for those type of moments in Inferno is pretty important.
There is. Now, fast push over toward Banana. Does lead to Goose Breeder being the first one down, but a good trade out of BB. We'll keep this one even. 1-for-1 trade. Force CaseStorm to adapt once again. Got an even split here as well, 2-2. But PLX with that AWP forced to kind of play floater, trying to keep both of these sites clear. And as FlyQuest Red are called out, will make his way on in. Molly in, not going to stop anybody. That's a CT Molly, so who even cares? And FlyQuest Red just maul on out. Double entry onto the A-bomb site. And CaseStorm, they've already decided to save. That bomb not even down yet, but they're just done.
Yeah, Y-Fight. You got to make sure you are in the same way FlyQuest is sizing up the rest of this half. The way yours is sizing down, you got to consider every cue on the way forward. And where we're definitely not needing that op on the T side, Floofies. That there is the complete opposite for PLX being, one, the GOAT so far. I mean, he's been insane. They're just avoiding him right here back-to-back. FlyQuest on this T side, but he needs this gun in hand. But the rest of CaseStorm wondering where you're at.
Yeah, this is...
Why did I...
Oh.
What? Were they gonna run boost right there?
I don't know. I just like that we could like spot the hand through the scope and the shot came out and I was like, gonna be a kill? Oh, no. Oh, one of those where everybody's kind of dancing around and nobody's...
My experiences too.
Yeah. Well, that does lead to those saved guns being the only ones the CaseStorm will bring into round number 10. So, again, very difficult hold on the CT side. Oh, and we're going to get a nice fast push as well. There's 3 players lane. FlyQuest Red have just completely avoided this. The question is, do they go for the A-bomb site? Bomb, or smoke exploded, and just, again, FlyQuest Red maul the competition over toward that A-bomb site. They leave nothing alive in their path. That's the opt-down as well, so first time they've challenged it is also... First time they've challenged it in a few rounds is also a very solid handling. Oh, there was a Zeus there for Merkin. Denied.
Gotta get a little bit closer there. I kind of count myself to be a Zeus expert, and that was a lackluster attempt in my eyes.
You think the Zeus should be rebuffed? Like, I know they nerfed it after Raps kept using it.
Yes. Why would they do that, man? Ruining all the fun.
I know. It's
But then Rob says that Zeus usage goes up by 10 million %. Like with some 7 rounds on the T side. I don't know if BB did spot him, but I don't think one gun here for CaseStorm saved over will be too much of a problem for FlyQuest. It will definitely help them as they don't have to buy one more gun. As a matter of fact, I like how that works out.
The bank's really starting to stack up here for FlyQuest Red. Now they're in a nice position where they're going to be buying out the rest of this half, basically no matter what. 11 rounds in, great money, great utility, great weapons. So this one, the FlyQuest Red fans get to eat good tonight. And CaseStorm, on the other hand... Yeah, well, talking about everybody
talking
in
about
chat.
us.
All of us.
And the chat.
I saw someone saying, I really like
We
this
are
M4
fans of
skin.
FlyQuest, but we are also fans of CaseStorm. It's not a biased stream. Oh, Merkin. It's
There's
a
that
great
M4.
kill that he finds. Forced in front of the retake utility. That's why it's there.
Yeah, Emmy just kind of caught. Those lead to CaseStorm having that player advantage early on in the round, and everything in Inferno feels like early on in the round. That and overpass always just lead to such long, long rounds.
Some would say that's coincidentally Counter-Strike in its tactical nature, waiting 2 minutes for everything to happen. I have all night to be here, Floofies. Don't know about you.
Well, I mean, I'd like to get to bed at a reasonable hour.
Nope, that's not allowed. Oh,
Speaking of getting to bed, Marie put to sleep. Good trade out of Vanessa. And the bomb site not going to be quite open. There's still a player lurking behind that smoke. So in these final seconds, bomb going to be planted. This nice M4 is still going to be put to use. Not going to be able to get the kill, though. And this BB to get the bead a little bit faster. Versus 2. Ellis making his way up banana. Spots the player there. So it is just going to be BB alone in the 1 versus 2. She's got a decent amount of time left on this bomb plant. Peeks out of dark, and it's K2 to end her life. CaseStorm bringing this one into the 4-7.
Yeah, if they're able to actually put this thing to a 7-5 like they did at Nuke, I would actually give them a lot of respect here, because this CT side has sort of been nothing to be happy about up until this point, where we're kind of looking at the light at the end of the tunnel of the first half at 5 rounds. And so gotta watch the A players sort of get active here. I think that's what is going to make the difference. They have been really getting tricked around by Vanessa in the apartments.
Yeah, the lurks have been a little bit of an interesting piece. One thing, though, that we see is a very consistent storyline for FlyQuest Red is the moment they switch to that CT side, things just, they all click. If you start on the T side and switch to the CT, everything just falls into place. And so even a 7-5, I don't know if it's going to be enough for CaseStorm to feel very comfortable. I mean, Mirage is the map where I really see that happening, so maybe Inferno will be a different story.
FlyQuest puffed their chest obviously into brackets here. That is what the key of the clue is. Vintage PLX right here. You just got to give them an avenue. HE to blow the smoke open. Player approaching into calls as well. Vanessa, what a shot onto Ellis. It's a swerve. Unfortunately, the rest of the squad isn't here to take that next step. Really good stuff here by CaseStorm. I'll give them the flowers that I promised as they get 5 rounds. That's a recovery of a CT half, and not too bad.
Hey, but there's a very important question we have to ask ourselves in the next 18 seconds.
Please.
CaseStorm going to win a pistol?
No.
Not?
Maybe not. All the evidence would say no. They've lost all 3 of them, but there's always first time for everyone.
Is this the one? T-side pistol on Inferno? I mean,
I just said no, but yes.
They're going to win this one? All right. I don't know. I'd like to see them win one. Like, even if we're the FlyQuest Red stream. All right. Will doesn't want to see CaseStorm win a pistol. Well, okay.
Oh, my.
Marie with the dualies just letting them rip through the smoke like a Beyblade. Just scything through, reaping CaseStorm. We're just down to
5. The in-game leader. Here they come, Floofies. The Glocks were shut down, but maybe PLX can say a couple more words. Not today. FlyQuest win all 4 pistols so far that have been presented.
I guess we have all 4 so far. You never know. We could go to a map 3 where CaseStorm win a pistol.
We used to We used to make jokes on this broadcast about how FlyQuest couldn't win any pistol rounds. Ask Pib, ask Apples, ask Will, the longtime gamers of this show. Oh, what a good time to be alive.
Yes. Many pistols, many conversions, and it's a round without a bomb plant for CaseStorm, so no money in the bank for a real force buy, so they're forced to just pick up a couple of upgraded pistols and YOLO it. Wow, I've been told to shut up. That's rude.
I didn't tell you to shut up.
No,
I
but
might,
in
though.
chat.
Aw, you tell them to shut up.
No. Alright, alright. We're the FlyQuest Red stream. We're here to watch them win every round.
That is true.
I think this conversion is going their way. Their weapon's really looking like... Wait, did Goosebreeder not buy a primary? Is she sticking with the dualies?
She doesn't need it. She's done this before. This is a new tactic she's doing. I'm not even joking. She actually has done this before. And they're holding down the B site. She's gonna get all the money in the world, every single dollar. That's what I'm talking about.
I will say, with those dualies, she's softened up CaseStorm and gave the kill over to BB. That's an MP9 getting the kill, and the more MP9 kills you get, the more money you're gonna make. The bomb dropped on site too. It's just sitting there right in front of her. I wouldn't say menacingly, but it's just kind of like
HE's
keeping
on
away.
this B site to pour on him through this smoke. Barely have any utility. BB to see one of these players walking through, hopping on that next step, next threat. Here decked at the top of the rail, and BB sailing through the air will not fail.
So much money made there. You want to talk about stonks? That was some stonks. Also, I love that MP9 that BB was using. She had the one that just had eyes on it, so she made them bigger and more googly with the stickers. That's such a great little thing.
Yes, there's no lack of drip on this FlyQuest roster. One of the requirements for joining, actually. Got to have swag. Like I said. And that's even for the broadcast as well, Floofies. Me and Will, like, doctor that. You got a lot of swag, so that's why you joined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the like is here, but again, if this one goes the same way that the first 3 rounds of the other map and this map have gone, we're going to have FlyQuest on double digits, and Emmy going to start it looking good. The crossfire out of Marie, a double kill to rebuff CaseStorm, and send them reeling back down mid. Now Bibian with this hilarious MP9, looking like she's going to continue to farm up the ecos.
I see what you mean.
For FlyQuest to just be flying high above CaseStorm.
It's like the Cookie Monster, but instead it's the Eco Monster. Floofies, aren't I funny? Wanting another Eco. MV5, not happening. 10 rounds here for FlyQuest as they are running through CaseStorm at the moment. I would like to see them stop. Because at any point, CaseStorm, if at all, I mean, really are... I mean, looking at their only sort of moment to be proud of in this game as the end of that CT side and where the energy failed to translate into the second half here. So if there's not a catalyst moment like that, I'm not sure it's going to come.
Well, it's happened in every other half of this map and the last, where FlyQuest Red win 3 in a row. CaseStorm bring out the pistols and the ecos, and they manage to bamboozle FlyQuest. So, if we're following the script, out of nowhere, CaseStorm win this round.
Oh no.
Are we following the script? I mean, the group
Goose
up
and
toward
DB get
Banana.
back to the site in time. I was kind of worried that they would be timing their Floofies, but here's the retake set. CaseStorm, they're going to run in front of it. I like this type of attitude. They just want to stay aggressive, but waiting for BB, who has 35 bullets in the mag exactly for this. But she goes down after a single kill. This means trouble. There's that bomb being served up, tossed over the net like volleyball. Essentially what that was, a little serve.
it's looking like we're gonna get a similar pattern to the other halves. I'm down 30 seconds. Low retake, though the first couple of kills coming in strong. FlyQuest Red taking advantage back. 2 versus 3. Ellis falling in dark. And it's going to be up to PLX to try and defend this bomb. FlyQuest Red with a quick tap, and the Molotov will melt right through Vanessa. 1 versus 2.
Seconds.
Oh my gosh, they're all melting. What? Stop walking into the Molotov.
Unreal clutch.
9. What is this?
FlyQuest got a fumble in the bag. That's what this is. I can diagnose it myself. 6 there for CaseStorm, and I was talking about that catalyst moment. I was going to say that implied negative attention, and, you know, we were saying that the CaseStorm side would need to benefit. Maybe the catalyst for FlyQuest, as that definitely was a mistake. They've recovered before.
FlyQuest on a side quest as they all walk into the Molotov at the end of the round. It's like, we need to defuse the bomb. Was it just that no one had a kit and that everybody was rushing to get into defuse?
There was a moment that happened just like this to Cloud9 on the B side of Overpass, like almost actually a decade ago, probably, where they died in a Molotov to Fnatic. It was funny.
I mean, it is funny
A
when
little bit of
teams
a
die
Tech
in a
9
Molotov.
involved there, and nobody was alive, so it's actually much different. But you don't see that every day. Now, do you? Talking about their resilience, talking about FlyQuest are going to recover from that. Well, they recovered the top of B. They have all the control of it. But that's where every single one of their members is. Aside from Vanessa, the anchor we talked about, she's going to have to hold on.
Yeah, with 3 versus 1 on site, the rotation already starting to make its way on over. CaseStorm, though, they're not being too quick about this. So FlyQuest Red do have a moment, but they've already lost Marie on the rotation. Vanessa holding from within sight, able to turn the fire on the K2, but Mortar, going to make this one messy. Massacre. And just Goosebreeder left standing. Looks like she does want to go for this retake. She's got all the time in the world. 40 seconds walking in through the smoke. Oh, it's a dangerous proposition with PLX here.
She's crazy.
Looking the wrong way.
And a missed shot.
Oh,
gotta hit it. The nail every single time that PLX will not fail with the Tech 9 in the clutch. Thank goodness, because they need these rounds more than anything. And that timing would have actually crept upon them in their nightmares. That was a little too ridiculous for Goose to get away with. So, Case get a 7th.
Now it's starting to look a little dangerous. Goosebreeder has a Nova. That's, you don't see that every day. When it seems like the rest of the team is saving. This is a pretty sweet skin. I mean, if you're going to use the Nova, using a sweet skin is a good reason to do it.
Watch. Oh.
You say it's
down to
OP.
1 health, though. Down to 1 health, though. And now, okay. There was another Nova in the process, I promise you. Things would have happened. Bad things to CaseStorm.
I mean, I think if that was a Swag 7, it would have worked better, but I like the Nova in those situations sometimes, too.
Okay, we know who you're being paid by. The Swag 7 company.
Yeah.
And for good reason. That's a good check to get, man. I would probably advertise it for free. It's pretty effective. Isn't it slightly more expensive than the Nova?
It's a bunch more
crazy?
expensive. I think it's 1,700 versus 1050. So I think that's that's
no
the big reason.
Way. It's 1,700 buckaroonies for that gun.
The Nova
the
wasn't
Mag
even
7.
used. And the 5.7 is still better.
Yeah,
than
that was
the
never
Nova.
in the Australian Counter-Strike meta. BB might have to learn about some of the shoddy guns. Out here, you saw the auto shotgun bought at the end of that nuke CT side by CaseStorm. I was getting hyped about it.
I think it's hilarious
I'm loving this case.
that when CS2 first came out, the auto shotty was so good because of the netcode at the time.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
And everything that they actually had to nerf the XM. Like, that's something I never thought I would see. It's like a shotgun actually getting nerfed instead of buffed, but hey, live in weird times.
Practically a Call of Duty phenomenon. I will be so real. Now that's seemingly where we're at. Nova's running down into Banana. Things are getting a little crazy. Crazy enough that CaseStorm actually found themselves back in this game, and it's not just a blowout on this Inferno after all. PLX is calling up a really good one on this T side as he's following it up with the performance. 21 kills he has personally.
That is a solid game. And we're not even, they haven't even evened this one up at 10 yet. So still plenty of time left. Are we going to see PLX drop a 30 bomb in regulation? That would be crazy. Especially if we're headed to a map number 3, but getting a little bit ahead of myself. See a fully rearmed FlyQuest Red. No Novas this time. M4s and Ops. An AK for BB on. A lot further back, too. Trying to let CaseStorm fish for information early on. And challenge them as they get a little bit too close. We're going to have things...
playing Nancy. You can tell something's coming. Marie even comes through. Here's the click of the nade, and this is a Molotov for right on top of it. That was really good stuff, but Emmy still falls away with that frag on the op. FlyQuest lose brackets just briefly, but the rotator is here. Goose just now with the fresh belt utility.
I love how hard they're holding on to Arch as well. Water is going to stop them, but here's the trade out of Goose Breeder. PLX on 22. Back in my day,
with
too.
This A idea. We're going to walk it all the way up to Arch. 30 seconds. And maybe all onto BB. I mean, the expected wrap could be on, but they would need to sprint it into CT right here. And that's what's happening. 21 seconds, and BB might be sussed about this as she's going to take a deeper position in the site. FlyQuest have walked it all the way down towards middle to practically confirm it. 10 seconds.
Beyond B, holding from new boxes. Oh, they can hear her burning in the fire. It is going to be Ellis to take the kill, but there's not enough time for the bomb plant. So Goose Breeder just going to plank away at the head of PLX. Might as well take one more life from the man before that round ends. 11-8 and using up all the time in the round. This is looking interesting. Awkward if you're here for CaseStorm. Just like, hey, when is the thing actually going to happen, guys? It'll be fully
21
rearmed.
seconds, and walking through those arches is a really risque play. Just in its entire concept. CaseStorm, if that's the point at which they're slipping up, it's kind of understandable. FlyQuest, that's all they have to do is force a couple more mistakes like that, and while we could be out of here, CaseStorm, it's time to follow that up with something serious.
Nessa, these are some risky peeks with the nade in hand. There was the Molotov, but CaseStorm not interested in pushing it. It looked like that was just a peek for information as the rest of the squad gonna head down Banana. Maybe a regroup to pierce through mid. They haven't really given a whole bunch of information toward Banana, so FlyQuest Red holding steady on A with 3 players here. This time, though, no big crossfire for mid, just 2 players holding by the cubby. To take that first shot on the AWP, doesn't connect, forced to back away to Arch. Second shot, oh, she's going to be overrun. Mater wants this, and the rest of CaseStorm just going to blitz on in. A site
Really
under heavy fire here.
Vanessa just goes down right after it, and Marie can't find anything, and this is just insult to injury as one stray comes through the smoke and finds the headshot. BB will pack this rifle away and save. I was talking about something serious to be followed up upon the fumble at the end of that round. That's what I was talking about. That's sensational stuff.
Yeah, that's... I mean, I don't know what else you could have done there, right? CaseStorm weren't giving up much information to FlyQuest, so there wasn't great idea of where to go for the defense. And so, yeah, very unfortunate round, but uh, even more unfortunate is going into this next round. FlyQuest Red are going to be pretty poor as far as all things are concerned. So the saved weapon is going to have to be pretty essential going into round number 20. Or round number 21. Oh! Saved weapons? They don't get to have it.
Getting a bit of a technical pause here towards the end of the game. Something's wrong, we gotta get that right. That's also what the memo on that FlyQuest side will definitely be, because the money's broken. It's not going to come in 21, the buy that is. That'll be in round 22, but for now, they got to find a way to get in the head of PLX, because these are coming to them way too easily. I mean, not every time you're going to go for this execute and Emmy's going to miss 3 shots, right? That needs to be acknowledged, so they are getting ahead of themselves in terms of these hits and are ultra successful.
Yeah, I think if any one of those op shots had hit, then a lot of that round collapses. So I think CaseStorm, there was some good movement. The MAC-10 being the tip of that spear made it really tough to line up a bead for the op, and so it gave CaseStorm that little bit of extra space to really get rolling. And even as far as things like, you know, where they went after that, it just all the pieces of the puzzle just kind of fell into place. Again, there wasn't enough information for FlyQuest Red to fully stack out the A site, so they're with only 3 players there and one having to rotate in. It made things very awkward as the round unfolded. With the pistols, this one not going to be an easy round for FlyQuest Red either. I mean, it is Inferno, so it is always something that has to be called up when you get into these eco buys. I wonder what that pause is about, but it looks like the timer is ticking down, so maybe we're getting back into
it. We're back officially. Unless in the next 8 seconds we have another pause called. Like, let's just get one flash. They're going to get grouped up and likely throw themselves into banana, into brackets, whatever's on the menu here, into banana. It is. And Marie will be a witness of whatever's coming to A.
I'm always a fan of the pistol stacks. I think, especially on the CT side, they have that opportunity to recover a rifle, and you also get to earn that extra $50. You know, the CT side, extra money, but CaseStorm doing a good job of just pulling these pistols onto themselves and one at a time, just throwing them down. Okay, bit of a gimme round. Now we get to see how this game is going to end.
Yeah, if CaseStorm tie this thing up, I think we're certainly headed in one direction. FlyQuest right here got to secure overtime at a bare minimum. They get a really good buy, too, with Emmy on an op and every little piece of utility. I feel like a couple kits will be there, too. Don't get too worried about that. FlyQuest got everything they need.
Well, I do like we have Emmy getting this extra chance on the AWP. Again, she's getting a chance to reprise her role. Ooh, good trade. Debian going in first, but Goosebeater behind her does mean that 4 versus 4, but Mauder just going to slaughter. I don't think FlyQuest Red have left 3 on the B-bomb site so far, so CaseStorm might think that with 2 players dead, that now this site is clear. Emmy catches the lurker of K2. Marie might have herself a good chance to spray down a few, but it's only 1. Birkin trades that one back. Quick rotation for the other 2. FlyQuest Red going to be here before that bomb is in position, so at the very least they'll have themselves a nice full round to go for the retake. Emmy, wrong timing to have her knife out. Does set up
Saw the second player.
for the trade. And it's just DLX. Did she spot him? I think she did. You said.
Had to have. So certain. And she's going to time up this peek just with the flank. And there it is. Vanessa going to take this 12th round to the bank just like that. FlyQuest have secured overtime at a bare minimum, working on this 2-0 over CaseStorm. They have just earned that fact. Vanessa on the defuse. She hops back in for this second map. You've got your closer clutching away.
Don't say overtime. This is Inferno. That's a scary possibility. Just don't speak that into existence. Triple overtimes are no joke.
Quadruple, quintuple overtimes.
I know, this isn't
nothing you want
Anubis.
to see into, but that's what I said because it rhymes. Oh no, we have another tech pause. Golly.
Well, I'll just say, good thing it's not Tuesday.
Why? Oh.
Because we're getting all these tech pauses, and the more tech
all these
pauses you
updates
get
just
on a
every
Tuesday,
day, out of everywhere, out of nowhere. I don't care if I delay your league game. Valve says it's got to happen at some point.
Yep. You gotta wonder why they never release updates in the morning. Probably because they don't want to mess with EU games. But if they mess with NA games, that's okay.
I think that's exactly why it's in the morning for them. The important gamers, not us North American folk.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're coming for you at the major. New M80 stickers in the game. I'm a fan.
All right, so as long as we're going back to previous stickers, how much do you think CLG costs?
Probably $10 gazillion.
Then FlyQuest could buy back CLG. We could have CLG red. Right? That's what we're hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for, at least.
There you go. Well, you can hope. You can hope.
I'm gonna continue to hope.
I won't ever tell you to not do that. Will not ever tell you to do that. But what I will tell you to do is to buy a bunch of sticker capsules, the ones that FlyQuest are in. Just buy them up. Buy.
I was gonna buy
I'll
more
be
in
doing
the
that.
previous
I'll be
major,
doing that.
and then they took them out of the game way earlier than I was expecting. Like the last few majors, they've left them in basically until the next major, and then it's like,
that is true. That is true.
Then Austin is like, "Oh, we're gonna do things different. First off, they're not borderless. They have belt
I thought
buckles."
you were talking about the person, Austin, the name.
No,
guy.
Austin Major.
Talking
They're
about
like,
the city. You're talking about the city. Yep.
Here's the cool stickers, right? And then we're gonna make it so
Yeah,
there's charms
those are right.
on the souvenirs.
Right.
Make sure to pick up an Apex licking everyone off. I needed that one.
Yep, I bought the like, it was like $12 when I bought it. The like Elige clutch. The Elige clutch on Anubis. You know what I'm talking about, the 1v2.
Yeah.
Dude, that freaking place shook. And I was like, wow.
I made sure
will always
to
remember this. So I put it on my M4.
I put
Apparently
simple.
you can watch it now in game if you're dead.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet. I put simple whiffing multiple shots top mid of Mirage on my op. Because he's just like me for real.
I was about to question what Miss Harvey meant by lane. I'm like, is she gonna go bowling or what? Now we're breaking the fourth wall, breaking into Twitch chat as we break the tech pause. Thank goodness. Good to be back, Floofies. Apparently you don't agree. That's fine.
I don't know, man. Look,
I took your silence as a no.
I was looking at Twitch chat. I was like,
well,
you mentioned it, and I very briefly decided to poke at Twitch chat, yelling at me for saying that FlyQuest Red might lose. I could be a little.
I think they were yelling at you for saying that this would potentially go to a third map, which I might yell at you too. Don't do that, because that would imply that FlyQuest have this lead slip. If you're a FlyQuest fan, you don't want to see that happen. CaseStorm, though, have been honestly deserving an opportunity of picking up a map, and they have done everything to do so. I don't think this thing is done until they are well and tapped out, Floofies, because they have had every single answer for FlyQuest, and now on their default of every single inch banana, they haven't really worked into brackets so far, because when they have, they've just seen the aggressive setups for FlyQuest FlyQuest, which they're correct about now having. Emmy walks in the middle, is going to get traded. Both oppers walk out with the frag, but Emmy lost her life. And now Goose Breeder away from A.
Oh, I think this is the first time that top, the...
BB clutch.
BB clutch.
For the win.
BB clutch, but not even on B.
I think this is really good timing that she has to work with. It seems like she maybe wants to go all the way around to alt middle, considering the apartments does take that ticket. 35 seconds, and this will be tense. BB does have a kit. Smoke for the bomb. I don't think we're into that business, though. This is going to be a straight blood sport effort in the clutch. All comes down to the timing, and she will not win that one. All 24, we're getting on this Inferno. Overtime, potentially on the cards.
Yeah, especially considering the weapons that FlyQuest Red are going to be bringing into round number 24. I won't have any more rounds to save up, so likely to just be upgraded pistols, maybe some MP9s. Surprisingly, an M4. So, yeah, this is some pretty desperate buys going into the final round for FlyQuest Red. A very fast, there should be fast push for CaseStorm, I think, if they're trying to close this one out. Well, close it out with overtime. Keeping it as measured and reasoned as they possibly can.
Five sevens can take you pretty far in this life in Counter-Strike in game.
I sure can.
Important line there. Smoke right down. Vanessa runs away, thieves a kill. That's going to be into alt middle. I'm not sure if she peeked down and fully stole that, but there's the lurk gone. And now you're going to be seeing Emmy sit and just dedicate her life inside of the brackets. Dedicating their lives to the top of car. Or FlyQuest 44 seconds. And this is the way that they have to take it. In prime position for these shots now. And here goes this 5-second 7 just dipping in. And unfortunately will be ripped out of this round. It seems like FlyQuest are going to be ratted to overtime. Unless a 2v4 is taken here.
Yeah, you could see the game ending, hinging on that one deagle shot. Waiting for CaseStorm to swing out. Waiting to see if that one shot would connect. And when it didn't, everything fell apart for FlyQuest Red, and now we're going to see if Vanessa can close this one out 1 versus 4, but I won't really like her chances. Down to 25 seconds, that bomb ticking away. Already a push on up, and Ellis going to close this one out in a hurry as we go to overtime here on Inferno. I didn't ask for overtime.
Yeah, Will just told us we asked for it. We got it. I was definitely asking for more out of PLX. If that's what he's referring to, well, then yes. Got us all the way to overtime here. I think him and the rest of his crew can be quite happy about that. We get to wipe the slate clean. There you go. Into the overtime, FlyQuest financially are going to decide the first round to weigh on the walk on this, if that was even English, actually.
Well,
words are hard, floofies.
I feel like there should be a law.
There was a timeout there taken.
I feel like there should be a law for it, right? The team that had 12 going into overtime, how often does that team win the first round of overtime, right? They're trying to close it out. They're failing. They get overtime. Like, all right, well, now the pressure's off, and they win that first round. Are we going to see that law here? It's like a pistol round, and Ellis is now my enemy for knifing that chicken.
I'm right with you. I'm right with you. Right on your downfall, Ellis, after an unwitted brutality. There was no need. Poor chicken. So if there's a hex now put upon CaseStorm, you know why.
Indeed. Well, this time, though, not looking for that B site whatsoever. CaseStorm looking to bring these AWPs to bear on the A-bomb site, but FlyQuest Red have stacked this pretty thoroughly. They've only left that op over toward B, Emmy all alone with these M4s ready to receive K-Storm. And they seem to be fully invested as these smokes fade in pushing onto the A-bomb site. A little bit of anti-flash being played, but again, the crossfire here looking pretty gnarly for FlyQuest Red, just waiting for that first player to push out before the massacre can commence, and waiting, that boiler to be the first one on out. Smoked off. Oh, they line up for BB, but K2 will flatten her. Now it's going to be up to Vanessa taking point next, and the double kill. And Ella's super low as well. 3 with the kill. Now out from apartments. Merkin, but traded out. Be the last player here. Ooh, the boosted up Goose Breeder, but it will be Marie to close out the round. And I mean, hey, there's that law.
The protocols and the setups there coming through there to perfection. In the mind of Vanessa to take that peek at that time. Caught a couple K-Storm players crossed up there, and the bullets did him dirty. At the same time, Marie spammed Ellis through the smoke at Arch. She rotated and, well, cut things off. FlyQuest get their 13th. Not a regulation, but we're happy they've got it. Gotta work a little bit harder, though.
Oh, but again, it happens so often that should be somebody's law. Like, all right. It went to overtime.
From video game high school. You ever think of that?
I remember that guy.
You know who that is? Okay, good.
Yeah, I watched Video Game High School. I remember when Freddie Wong and YouTube was a fresh experience back in 2006.
I hope that guy's like an actual movie director now.
I think he is. He's got an actually really good-looking beard. I saw him in an interview. But
there you go. Would you like
one of the YouTube OGs? Like,
he definitely is. Many names that we could talk about here, but save the references for later. I'm sure we'll have plenty of time for that. FlyQuest, though, putting it on tap right quick at the top of the net. PLX is going to be easy fret. Goose Breeder, maybe let him get a little bit too close. All good. FlyQuest only with 1 casualty. Plenty of money.
What was that op range? She just walked up into her face, scoped in, quick scope, and just deleted her. But, I mean, that's one of those, like, how do you get that close with the op? Glad that you got the kill at least, but not going to get to use it for this final round of overtime on his T side.
Yeah, I'm really happy with what I'm seeing out of PLX right now. I'm going to keep talking about it even when they're losing these rounds. In that time, you can tell that he's just on aggressively wanting to commence the clutch. And it cannot happen. K-Storm take a little bit of a timeout, so I would assume. Fall out of that 30 seconds. And what will they get on this last round of the T side, Floofy? Is the most important one, some would say.
It is. I think going winless on your T side is definitely going to send a few shivers down your spine as you swap over to that CT. Inferno, historically, up until CS2, was a pretty CT-sided map, but I think with the smoke mechanics and the various netcode silliness, it almost turned into a T-sided map, and K-Storm not showing up on this T side of overtime is going to be a very worrying thing. Need 1, and they don't have that op in the hands of PLX anymore, so the worst weapons they've had so far in overtime. Look like they're trying to activate up mid, though. Smokes for Hubby once again, but Marie will just get right out in front of it. Taking a lot of HE damage as a result, but you can hear K-Storm just dancing about before they finally peak, and it's Emmy to start things off. K2 from the server.
And that smoke right in front of them. Got a Molotov in response, but having the numbers to add up to the frags. Goose Breeder has also lost her life in this entire ordeal. Seems like they're going to figure back to Arch. The K-Storm are going to go back to B. Well, they're fine. Be beyond here, waiting for them with the smoke Molotov. Here to cut them off, 25 seconds, and thankfully, at least Ellis is in front of it.
Oh, time getting
It's gonna
real
be so
short.
damning.
FlyQuest Red haven't rotated yet. It's just BB on here in these final 10 seconds around. The flash is on through. She's fully blinded up.
Oh, man.
And Alice gonna run right on over.
Just got that plant.
Last second plant.
This is the last round of the first half of OT. Just gotta wait patiently for Vanessa to get up with you, and I mean, just waiting for anything to come for free. Kind of just towed up, back to back to back. You're in church. Vanessa to take this beat wide. Gonna tap these two heads. Vanessa had the close right out of back hall before, and that will be everything you need to see. A perfect CT side in overtime. That's what FlyQuest put up.
I mean, I feel like I was talking about this, where FlyQuest Red CT sides are just a thing of beauty. Whether it's in regulation or it's overtime, it's a time where they get a chance to think. They don't have to set the pace of the round either. So getting the chance to just let their opponents come to them. And then the retakes have been looking really good too. So it's just been every piece, every angle of the CT side has been looking good. And of course, as soon as we get to the T side, we get a pause. Of course, on the T side. Tech pauses tonight. Oh, timer's going down though.
Where are these tech pauses coming from? Where we found them at?
It's just how Face It do.
Yeah, we'll blame Face It in doubt. In doubt, do that. It's a safe thing.
If this was the Dust 2 Eagle Masters, I'd blame Inui. And
Sure.
if, for whatever reason, we were playing on Premier servers, I would blame Valve. It's always the servers.
Yeah, I really hope that the Dust 2 Eagle Masters fix has came through. I know that Series 4 is underway right now. That was a serious safety concern. But mistakes happen.
I hope so too. For the sake of North America, I don't think we can afford
Poor Boss.
us to
Boss makes
Skinsrave
me so sick. Yeah, it was crazy.
blocked.
Blue Jays at the time. There you go.
Yes.
I remember when Junior was trolling us and he was like putting up GIF signing emotes. Obviously, we're like, oh, where's bro getting signed? Yeah, he was the actual one that was doing the deal with Skinrave, personally.
See if they get to keep that sponsor, because
Yeah, I was
Valve's
thinking
pushing
the
through
same
some
thing.
interesting rules.
But I wonder if that pertains to tournament sponsorships or names like that. Definitely would have to talk about teams like BetBoom and yada, yada, yada. Plenty of politics there.
I mean, a lot of teams, BetBoom will just be called Team BB. So
BB Team, my favorite team. BB Team.
I mean, you could hand wave Skinsrave by just calling it SR Team. Oh,
We shall see. Merkin and CaseStorm shut down 4 in a row in overtime for FlyQuest.
Marie peeking out with a nade gets mauled, and the rest of FlyQuest trying to save her just all get steamrolled as well. One versus 5 for the AWP ME. Oh, first player, but the op doesn't. It's a leg shot on a K2.
We're still standing. CaseStorm's sturdy.
I'm still standing.
Just like that.
Was. You know the song, right?
Yeah. You can keep going if you want. It's fine. Maybe there will be another tech pause for us to karaoke for a moment.
Oh, I would love
Right
that.
now.
I don't get enough time to sing on broadcasts.
That's why you go to karaoke bar at every esports event. It's top one esports activity.
Oh, it really is.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten to.
Oh, you should.
Next
I
one.
mean, you're hearing me on the mic right now, but you should hear me on the mic.
Oh,
I go.
hey, let me tell you.
Absolutely insane.
Let's
I feel
reel
like
it
you're
in for
about
this
to tell me
fight.
the same thing. We definitely should.
We should.
Double
Okay,
nade
hold
though,
on,
right
though.
onto Merkin. It's a really good thing that he's backing away from that. I think FlyQuest want to. There's a third HE. Where are you getting these all, Goose Breeder? They're gonna leave. They've just faked the numbers here, even though they were actually there. One at a time. Vanessa now going to be trying to get a little bit of a reaction off of the lurk, but now with this Molotov and that Moto Smoke coming in, this will be the real deal. Going to have to go through it, though. Rather, it's just that arch pass-through smoke, and Goose Breeder is going to try and work through it. Feel like she might get caught, but she does find Merkin. That's a really important ingredient in this thing to finish out this Inferno. And it seems to be fully cooked at the end. Ellis, the only man that can stand to look tough in this site, is taken out.
Tech 9 works perfectly fine no matter who's wielding it. We saw CaseStorm just murdering with it, but now it's the chance for Emmy to close this one out. Just Modder left to try and continue play for CaseStorm. 1 versus 2. He has the kit. He's got a couple of nades, but a smoke is not among them, so he can't just try to go for a smoke defuse. Not like he would in a 1 versus 2, but a 1 versus 1 maybe. But Marie here to close this one out. 16-13, a 2-0 for FlyQuest Red. The first win here in Season 55 to join their 1-1 scoreline.
Yes, back at 500 are FlyQuest.